We got the locations mixed up a little bit, thinking we were heading to Pomona, but we are now currently on a road trip to Anaheim. And so we are here at
a riverbed farm. As long as you feed them and they poop, that's what we're looking for. This is our filter system. This is a trade secret.
Oh, it actually feels really fun.
And I usually send volunteers in there because I don't want to get pecked.
What's up, GG family? Another video is about to come out here shortly, but before we do, we'd like to thank you guys for your comments again, and we would like to throw in a positive comment shout out to...
This one is going to be from Sandy, as Sandy writes, well done. Would be amazing if we can dive into our ponds like this. Love this so much. And this is from the Into the Valley of Aden video, where we took you on an underwater journey. And I'm glad you enjoyed that video, and I hope you enjoy this one. Yes.
Morning, GG family. Today I'm sending John and Jason off somewhere today because I can't go with them. I'm a little busy here working at the office. They're gonna go to a really cool place. I really wanted to go, but I can't go today. So anyways, I'm gonna send them off. You guys are gonna go with them. Hope you enjoy. That sucks, I'm sorry.
Too much to do.
Okay.
Hey GG family. Hey. Jason and I are here. You already heard from James earlier that unfortunately he could not come. We got the locations mixed up a little bit, thinking we were heading to Pomona, but we are now currently on a road trip to Anaheim. Woohoo! So it is going to be about an hour drive, but we will be checking out the Renewable Farms Riverbed, which is really, really cool. And I am excited to see it, especially after reading the story of Aaron, who we will be meeting there. See you guys there.
See you. Unless it's not Aaron.
It wasn't him.
Should we just wait?
My name is Jonathan.
My name is John.
Hi. And so we are here at
A riverbed farm
Riverbed Farm, which is located
in Anaheim.
So when did Riverbed Farm, because like looking behind me right now, like this is like, it's amazing. I don't know if we can do it justice, we will try, but like what the setup that you guys have here is beautiful, but I'm guessing it didn't start off like this.
It did.
Oh.
No, it didn't.
They just showed up and it was already all prepared.
The lot here was a storage lot for the city of Anaheim, so basically old tires, piles of dirt, stuff they didn't have room for was here. About 5 years ago, the city of Anaheim leased the property out to Renewable Farms. That's the nonprofit that runs the riverbed. A local company, Control Air, came alongside us and purchased the initial infrastructure to allow us to build all the beds. And certainly, yes, over time, especially along the fence line where our passion fruit is, and our trees, those have taken time to fill in, but it definitely feels like a little hidden pocket in the city. When you walk on the farm, it doesn't matter who you are or what your background is, you just feel a sense of peace walking in here. It is very beautiful. Renewable Farms, a nonprofit, has been around for 10 years. Aaron Flora founded it. In his early years, he traveled all over the world with a band. He saw a lot of food insecurity everywhere he went, and he wanted to do something about it. He landed on Aquaponics as the style of agriculture to teach also sustainable agriculture. He partnered with a lot of local churches, orphanages overseas, and built aquaponic systems all over. 5 years ago, he approached the city of Anaheim about building a site where more people could come to him, and that's where the riverbed was born.
If you don't mind explaining, because I know some people might not actually know what aquaponics means or like how that's different from your traditional growing.
Certainly. So we have no soil out in our beds. Our grow beds are all filled with gravel. They are fertilized by the wastewater from the fish. The gravel then houses bacteria that will convert the ammonia from the fish waste into usable nitrogen for the plants, and our plants grow. So we're able to use about 1/10 of the water as traditional agriculture.
Oh wow. And how many fish beds do you guys have?
10. So 10 beds. Each one is connected to 10 ponds. All the ponds are connected to 5 grow beds, and so we've got 50 total grow beds. So that pond there is connected to the first 5 beds, and this pond is connected. They think they're getting fed. And the last 5 belong to this pond here. So the beginning of our aquaponics process, we have our fish here. We have a tank full of tilapia here right now. You can tell they're at various stages of life. I just think that some of them eat more than others. They were all put in at the same time. We have pumps connected to each pond, and they're on timers.
Okay.
So they will flood the beds, and that'll get the water and the nutrients up into the plant. I'll show you what that looks like. So as the pumps run, water is pumped up into these gravel beds, and you can see it is all just gravel. There's bacteria that colonize the gravel that convert the ammonia from the fish waste into usable nitrogen for the plants, and our plants are able to grow.
Okay. And then do you guys have like a filter system somewhere? Or is this really just the filter system?
This is our filter system. This is a trade secret. We use these little screens to filter out our major solids. But the rest of it does get broken down into the bed. A lot of our beds have worms in them.
Okay.
And they'll further break down those solids. And over time, they do get a little bit murky, but it does a really good job of keeping the beds nice and clean and keeping our fish happy.
So what fish do you guys traditionally use for the aquaponics?
So the fish we've chosen here have been koi in our first tank.
Okay.
We just purchased a bunch of catfish. Those are in our second tank.
Okay.
And the rest are filled with tilapia. So we may be slowly phasing out of the tilapia in the wintertime. They don't adapt as well to the cold weather. Even here in Southern California, it does get cold enough for the tilapia to not thrive. So we're looking to transfer all those to catfish. As long as you feed them and they poop, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that good fish waste for them to be able to fertilize the crops. It's also here where our job is to help educate. So we do a lot of workshops educating youth. We have a lot of groups come out and visit the farm.
You're just having a good time, aren't you, buddy?
Educating, empowering, and employing, and making sure, and doing that through aquaponics.
How often do you guys have these like workshops?
Weekly. We have volunteers that come
Wow.
weekly on a regular basis. Most of them are from Easter Seals, Anaheim Adult Daycare, other services that provide job skills coaching for adults with developmental disabilities. They come out, and without them we couldn't get our harvest done every week. They do the harvest, they do general cleanup in the garden.
Okay.
And they also get the benefit of just on some days we don't have stuff, and they come out and enjoy the atmosphere and get some exercise and socialize. So we get a lot of adults with developmental disabilities through Easter Seals or other local organizations. They're usually out here Mondays and Wednesdays, and we have a lot of really good partnerships with local people. So not just growing food, but local people as well.
It does sound like you do like to have that volunteer aspect. So can anyone volunteer, or is it certain programs that can only come here to volunteer?
Anybody can volunteer. We take walk-ins, and we're often surprised people just show up wanting to help. We are listed on a volunteering website in the community, and so people will go there, find out about it, and just show up. And a lot of them are just curious to find out what a farm is doing in the middle of their community. And many of them live nearby. I mean, they show up on a skateboard
right over there. So.
There is, yeah. So we do get a lot of people that just volunteer. We also have our scheduled groups that come on a regular basis, and we're trying to expand that. Right now, we do that Mondays and Wednesdays. We're looking to expand our staff and continue to give back to the community even more.
Okay.
By bringing more staff in here and being able to open up 5 days a week.
Okay.
But we do have hours that we're open to the community. Anybody can walk in. That's Mondays, Wednesdays from 9 till 1.
Okay.
And Fridays from 1 till 7.
Okay.
Really, it's the impact we're giving the people that come out here and participate on the farm.
Okay.
They're getting the therapeutic value of working in the farm.
Yeah.
Watching something grow and knowing that it's going to go back to the community as well. We definitely hope that the skills we teach them, they'd be able to go back to their own community where they live and engage with the local community and find a partner that's willing to help them start a farm as well. So, this could be built on lands where maybe you can't do normal agriculture if lands have been contaminated. Nothing ever touches the ground. All our gravels and rubber liners. The ponds are enclosed as well. So if you're looking at a place that's even a commercial or industrial site that has space, you can build these anywhere. It's really nice. Volunteers can have a variety of tasks. We do general cleaning, harvesting maybe. definitely planting new plants is always a good thing. So these bulbs can be collected and then separated. And what we do is we just dig down to the water level, place those bulbs in the ground, and they'll continue to grow the next generation. Keep feeding our community.
And this is one of the tasks that you can have the volunteers do.
Absolutely. We always have these bulbs run around. We could also do it with seeds as well from our other onion varieties. They actually dry up and drop seeds. And real simple way to transplant stuff around.
What do you guys typically grow here? Because I know I see some food, but it seems like it's not just food products.
Correct. We do grow stuff that looks good. We've got a lot of flowers out there. 3 years, or about a year after the farm was founded, people started showing interest in having events here. So this is also an event space.
Okay.
And the great thing about that is on the weekends, events are hosted here, and that pays the bills for the entire farm. So
Okay.
that allows us to donate 100% of what we grow back to the community.
So there's no farmer's market or anything like that from your purchases?
No,
all donated.
Everything
back
is
to the community.
donated.
Wow.
So
Okay.
initially, the agreement with the city was 40% of the crops would be donated. The other 60 was to generate income for the farm. And so here you can see some of our plants that we'll plant them in these 3 beds here, and once they get about this size, we'll then transplant them somewhere else.
Okay. How many beds do you even have here?
We have 50 beds. So
okay.
each system consists of a pond and 5 beds. So we have 10 of those complete systems. So aquaponics is scalable. The way we did it, we can get bigger or smaller if we had to. And it does help to keep some consistency, knowing that much water can support all the beds and the plants that are in there.
How long does it take to make one of these things too? Because like they're big.
Yeah, these beds, really, we can knock one of these out in probably 20, 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
It doesn't take all that much time to build, especially the lumber part. And we build these for private, for people, for home use. We've done a lot recently with schools in the area. Catella High School has a brand new 3-bed system. We did a system out at Corona High School. So we go everywhere trying to get people involved and interested in renewable or sustainable agriculture. Once the events came along, replacing the need to go out and market try and sell the harvest, we donate 100%. So we take it to one of the 2 resource centers here in Anaheim, and they give it to families in the community in need.
You want to touch on a little bit of the events that you said that you have here? Like, what kind of events do you guys hold on the weekends?
Anything that somebody wants to pay for. They can get married here, they can get divorced here, whatever they want.
Like marriage, birthdays, just celebrations. Maybe a family just wants to have like a picnic out in like the beautiful background.
Yeah, and sometimes during the week, Anaheim Police Association will come out here during the day and do a barbecue. Yeah, it really just varies. Whoever wants to come out and use the space. If it's for Anaheim, we always do it without charge. They let them use the property. We're grateful for the city for providing us the space to be able to help and impact the community as well. One unique thing the farm has is they have a veterans program to help transitioning vets, and I'm actually the first participant. So,
oh, nice.
What it allows me is it gives me a housing allowance. Instead of going to college to get that housing allowance, I could come here and complete an 18-month on-the-job training program, be able to get that additional revenue for my educational benefits for serving in the military, and keep my wife happy as I become an urban farmer. Yeah, so it's a really cool system. We're certified by the Department of Veterans Affairs to provide that on-the-job training. And yeah, we're hoping to expand that in the future as well. The biggest thing is that we're good neighbors. Right across the alley we have homes, and so during our events we make extra effort to ensure that our sound systems are at reasonable levels and that we terminate events at appropriate time, just so we always want to be good neighbors. And we're working at things to either further improve our relationships. We'd like to deliver them a salsa basket with a tomato plant, an onion plant, and so right. So we just go and help plant them some plants and give them a little something back for dealing with our noise on the weekend.
If people did want to volunteer, what would be like the step process that they'd have to do?
They could go to the website, renewablefarms.com. On there, I believe there's a location where they could click to volunteer. Or they could just show up. During our normal public hours, and there's going to be somebody here on the farm, and we'll put you to work.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and include the hours down below in the description. I will also include the links to the Renewable Farms in the description too. And then do you guys have social media aspect too?
We are on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn.
And I'll include those links down below as well. You got a spider on your shoulder.
Ah! He's a pretty one at least.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a spider. Good thing is they only bite. They have little mouths, so they can't bite.
He's like, nope, I want to be here.
This is my home now.
I would live with
Oh,
John.
there he is. Go in peace.
He's down. Oh, John, thank you very much for inviting us down
Thank
here.
you for coming down.
Yeah, and then one more time, if you want to go ahead and say the times that people can come down to volunteer.
Right, so here at the Riverbed, our hours open to the public is Monday and Wednesday from 9 till 1, and Fridays from 1 to 7.
And then, of course, you can find anything or any more information on the website.
On the website, and I believe, I think Facebook's got it there too as well, but definitely reach out to us on the website or stop on in. We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I always tease the volunteers, like, oh, the tomato smells good. So that's my cologne. I go home and I like smell like a salsa.